Hey everyone, it's Ivan with KitBadger.com, here to bring you another gear review, and today we're going to talk about this guy, the 6-inch Gong by Tactical Scorpion Gear. Throughout my careers, military, law enforcement, contracting, I've had a bunch of opportunities to shoot on steel. Always a lot of fun. You get that immediate, instant, audible feedback. So July 2016, I was like, you know what, I want to get some steel to shoot. Ended up picking up this 6-inch Gong from Tactical Scorpion Gear and have since put a bunch of rounds on it. This 6-inch Gong is made out of 3/8-inch AR500 steel. AR500 is a rating for steel, basically really hard, used for stuff like scrapers, backhoes, things along those lines. Up here it has 2 1/2-inch holes for mounting and hanging this guy. And you can see the ears are pretty thick too. In case you get a stray round, they're not going to just crack and break off. And all the lines on this cut really smooth using laser CNC machine. When these show up in the mail, they're just going to be raw steel. They will rust. Put some paint on them. Painted the whole thing black initially. The side I shoot, I continue to put coats of white paint on, just because I immediately see my impacts on that white paint. When it comes to hanging these, you're going to want to use carriage bolts. Ideally grade 8, which just refers to the steel they're made out of, a little stronger, a little more durable. But carriage bolts have this rounded front. What that's going to do is not have sharp edges, because we don't want fragments coming back at us that can happen if you have squared off sharp edges on your bolts. There's a bunch of different ways you can go about mounting these. Shepherd's hook, a lot of people mount them on chains, works really good. Depending on how long the chain is though and what you're trying to do, round hits this, starts jumping around a bunch, takes a while for it to settle back down. A while ago I did a little video on Gong hack using basically an old mud flap. What that does is allows it to move, which we want, but it just comes back online quicker. However, anytime we're shooting, but certainly when we're shooting steel, we want to make sure we have good eye protection rated for fragments. And the guidance, as far as our standoff distance from Tactical Scorpion Gear, is 10 yards for any of your pistol calibers, and your rifles, 223, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, 308, all that stuff, 100 yards. If you're shooting something with a muzzle velocity in excess of 3,000 feet per second, 200 yards. And anytime we're shooting steel, we don't ever want to shoot steel with steel, like M855, anything with a steel core. Don't want to do it, can create some nasty problems for you. So we'll put some rounds on this guy. Shooting steel's fun. I don't know if my audio setup picks it up very well. With the way I have it set up right now on this mud flap, you have more of kind of a slapping sound as opposed to clanging metal, like if you have it hanging from a bunch of chain. But either way, you still get that audible feedback, and by having it white, you immediately get that visual feedback as well. As far as maintaining your targets, it comes down to just paint. What you're going to want to do at the end of the day, or if you're going to take a break for lunch, whatever you're going to do, just going to throw some paint on this. It's going to protect it, and when you come back to shoot again, it's going to show up where your rounds are. Nothing special, just get this guy covered. As you can see, I have some overspray. Doesn't really matter. Big thing is just getting paint on this before you leave for the day so you don't end up with rust. Mind you, take a long time for this to rust to actually be a problem, but paint's gonna extend the life of your target either way. One issue I will say I've had with this is shooting 100 yards with my AR, 55 grain full metal jacket, ever so slightly, tiny dimples in the steel. That's a bad thing. I don't know, sample size of 1, but that happened. Wasn't hot ammo or anything. Ultimately, it tells me I need to push the target further back. You don't ever want to actually put little craters in the steel. It can lead to bad things, stuff coming back at you. Don't do that. Stop using the target. Fortunately, this being a 2-sided target, you can just flip it around, use the other side. Put tons of rounds on here. Pistol works really great for that. If I'm going to continue shooting rifle, I need to make sure I push it further back. Don't ever shoot steel that has any type of indentions, dimples, anything like that. It will cause fragments to come back. It's bad news. Overall though, pretty pleased with this target, especially for the price. 6-inch Gong, AR 500, 3/8 inch steel, 15 bucks, free shipping, Amazon. Not a bad deal. If you're looking for steel, maybe try picking one up. As always, thanks for joining us at KidBadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.